Jazz, I don't know about you, but do you feel like at this point in life we're meant to have it all together?
That is not us.
Absolutely not. I'm Anita,
And I'm Jazz.
and we absolutely don't have it together, but we're trying our best.
Anita and I have been venting to each other for over 30 years now. When we thought it was time, we brought it to the mic.
So welcome to Thriving-ish. Let's get started.
We have just had probably the best chat.
Zen.
I am Zen. I feel like I've taken on a new personality, to be honest.
Can you hear the calmness in our voices? That was amazing.
So Sam, we just had our first guest.
First guest.
So exciting. Sam, she is your PT, obviously. So give us the rundown on Sam.
Yes, Sam Galligan. She's the PT, or the Healthy Me PT is the name of her business. And she specialises in women's health and fitness. She's all about the mind, body, spirit. We have such a good chat about the mind and the spirit and why it's so important, particularly at our age for women.
100%.
We've got to bring it in.
Honestly, I think anyone that listens to this episode is going to leave feeling in a different place. Like I feel like she has projected her energy straight onto me, and
It was crazy what she did when she walked into the room, the way that the energy changed. It was amazing. It was amazing. Anyway, let's get to it.
Let's just get into the episode because you're going to love this one, guys. This is absolutely our best one yet.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
All right, welcome to the pod, Sam.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome, Sam. We're so excited.
It's so fun to be here.
The first thing I want to know is obviously you're this amazing fitness girly now, but you sort of landed there a bit of an unconventional way.
Yeah.
And that's something we're going to talk about today. But tell us first, who was Sam before The Healthy Me?
So my Instagram page, The Healthy Me, started really organically back in 2012, like the beginning of social media. And at the time, I was a primary school teacher and I just kept getting really sick. So stomach stuff, reflux, and I'd gone down the conventional route of endoscopies, colonoscopies, all of those things. But then I really started looking at movement, exercise, and what I was eating. And then the more focused on that I got, the more I shared online. And I remember at the very beginning, I never showed my face. It was just of the workouts or like a scene going for a walk or the food. And then I think it was something like, if I get 3,000 followers, I'll show my face, or like something silly like that.
Wow, that's so cool. Like I never knew that about you. So
Yeah. The first few posts you'd have to scroll back, but are of, just scenes.
And I was just going to say, when was that? Because that would have been, I reckon I followed you for at least a decade.
That was 2012, the beginning, like just still teaching, sharing health stuff.
Yep.
And then in 2012, 13, it just grew so quickly with really, really lovely followers and great opportunities. Like I remember being invited to things with Lorna Jane, Ashy Bynes, a few things like that. And I also at the same time was not loving teaching. And I thought, how can I make this passion project a job? Not so much a job. It wasn't even about money. It was more, I have this sitting here. It feels so good. It feels effortless. How can I make this a career?
I love that.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Going back though quickly to when you said, so you did a post and said, if I get this many likes, I'll show my face.
Yeah.
Like, did you have a big following at that point, or did your following come after you then showed your face?
No, I think it just kept happening exponentially and over time. And I think then just sharing my face let me share more authentically. Like it wasn't so, at the beginning, I think it was a self-esteem thing. Like if I kept it confidential, my friends, family, particularly teaching, I didn't want parents to see it. So I think I had it as like a separate identity thing. That's why it was called The Healthy Me. Like you don't know who that is.
That's cool.
But I'm so glad I did because now I share way more than just my face.
Yeah.
So thank goodness
And
I
with
did.
that said as well, though, I feel like with Instagram, you were like one of the OG influencers definitely that I was following.
Yeah.
Did you always do it with the intention of building up an Instagram following? Like, because you've never lent fully into being an influencer.
Never. Yeah. I think because I just wanted to share honestly as I went, I just stayed on that path. And the bigger it grew, the bigger opportunities did come, or, offers for clothes, brands, things like that did come along. But I could pretty quickly correlate followers becoming disinterested the more I, shared businesses. I still share things that I genuinely like now and did then. But I think when you follow someone for authentic reasons, you can feel when it's not.
Yes,
Yeah.
aligned
definitely.
like that.
Definitely.
So I think being an influencer, that's not what I wanted it for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think probably that's probably why you've been so successful though too, right? Because it has come from such an authentic, a lot of people, they might have the same intentions, obviously, in that space, but it might come from, I want to make a business out of this, or I want to make money out of this,
Yeah.
but they have really good intentions of helping people,
Yeah.
which is great. Whereas you've gone the other way. Like you've gone, I'm doing this because I love it.
Yeah.
Like that's really wholesome. I love that.
Yeah. And it feels like that was a choice. Like
Yes.
I never grew it or built it to make money or a business. But then when so I took the leap of faith and left teaching and became a PT. And that's when I thought, I'll just keep sharing what I do. I can share a bit of like what I do with clients, but it still really isn't a page where I just flog my own business, really.
Yeah.
I share experiences that I think will resonate with other women. And the other thing I love about my page is that the audience is like 98.3% women, 35 to 44-year-olds.
That is
And
so
I'm like,
great.
that's so targeted. Like that's
Yeah.
who I want to talk to.
Yeah.
That's who resonates with what I share. And then, yes, that turns into clientele, which is amazing. But they're clients that have already decided that they align with what I, preach and live.
And what about like those early days of Instagramming? Because I find that so fascinating. Going back to those early days, one, you were doing something that no one was game to do. And two, how did you know? I feel like these days an amateur influencer can do their Googles and see that they need to post X amount of reels a day or get a basic plan.
Yes.
How did you know what was the right thing to do, or what do you think really helped to drive you being able to create that audience?
I think back then was such a different landscape on social media. Like I was thinking about how I would get more followers back then. You would DM an account that you thought was similar to you and you'd be like, shout out for shout out. And then
I
they'd be,
forgot about that.
and you could
Oh my God.
hashtag it, shout out for shout out. So other people would connect with you that way. And they'd be like, send me your 5 favorite posts and I'll see which one I want to share on my page, and vice versa. I feel back then I got to do that with Emily Skye, which at the time I was like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, fangirl. Love her.
Yeah, and love what she still talks about. Like she's another really authentic, honest influencer.
Definitely.
Who doesn't spruik a lot of products either. I feel like she's
Yeah.
there just to share
Yeah.
the experience of motherhood, fitness, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could get shout out for shout out. Back then, I feel like wellness was exploding. So there were lots of it was called like not Utopia, Healthtopia. There was some wellness event where you could go and network with other influencers. There were a lot of those sort of things
Yeah.
that helped. But again, I think I kind of didn't really think about building the page. I just shared things that happened.
And it just happened.
And it just, people would connect and comment more. And yeah, it was just
And what about that feeling of like, oh my God, should I post it? Obviously, you've made the comment about not wanting to show your face at first.
yeah.
Do you think that you felt just as self-conscious about posting something vulnerable then as you do now, knowing that the landscape has changed so much?
That's such a good question. I feel like it's more layered now because I have kids. So anything that I want to share, I think the ripple effect of like, how will that affect the boys?
Mhm.
Or, yeah, so there's that. The motherhood part is more layered to share, I think. But I think that back then, so that's like 14 years ago, and now, if something really hits my heart and it's really personal, I really do lean into sharing it, because I think the human experience, someone is going to read that or see that and resonate with what I'm writing about.
Yeah.
And they're the posts that, not that I look at insights too much, but the ones that, if I'm crying when I'm writing it, or like I've really sat down to think about what I'm writing, those are the ones that always,
That hit home.
yeah, they
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Speaking of like, obviously, being different, obviously back then and now, like how have your priorities changed, like what you're posting now versus 20-year-old Sam?
I probably posted a lot more frequently back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I kind of think Instagram is so saturated.
Yeah.
I know the algorithm, like you need to post more to get seen, blah, blah, blah. I kind of have let that go.
Yeah.
Let that go, sorry. And only post if it's something that, if I have words to say, basically.
Yeah.
Like I could flood a reel every day.
But you don't need to.
You're going to, yeah.
And how, I guess, like how have your priorities changed? So outside of posting and outside of Instagram.
With your body, I think, is the biggest thing. Because
Yeah.
I guess what we really, like what we're going to get in today is like the whole mind, body, spirit, which is so big on now.
Yeah.
But back then, what did that look like for you?
Like your priorities, I guess, now with your health and your body and your mind versus what were your priorities when you were a 20-year-old Sam?
I think back then the priority was, with a workout specifically, like how sweaty can I get? How hard can this be? How many, I don't think I ever really looked at calories, but I definitely was, how hard can I push myself?
Yeah.
Now I think, how can I serve my body today?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like doing weights today, or do you feel like going to Pilates? So I think I'm a lot more in tune with my body now than 20-year-old Sam running at a rapid pace everywhere, trying to do the best at everything.
20-year-old Sam, were you stuck in the phase of obviously smashing yourself through those workouts, but like the calorie counting, the dieting, like what did your sort of relationship with food and health in general look like back then?
I think it started with clean eating. That was a big hashtag back then.
Yeah.
So I'd look at, food I was eating, and that was a lot to do with my own digestion and figuring out my body. So I was really into clean eating. Then got into the world of bodybuilding, and that's when I counted everything.
Yeah.
And there are people in the bodybuilding world that do it very well and are very well-rounded individuals.
Yeah.
I think I lost my mind counting, tracking. I remember my husband I had 30 grams of avocado measured out, and he had just put some on his toast.
Oh.
And I lost my mind. I'm like, I needed that for lunch today. I needed 30 grams. That was way, that is no way. I choose to not live that way now.
No, definitely not.
So there was the clean eating, the really strict eating, and now it's way more balanced and try to eat well to take care of my body.
Safe to eat
not
the
to
avocado.
nourish the body. He's safe to
You're
eat
safe
the
to share an
avocado.
avocado.
There's
Yeah,
avocado
I
for
share my
everyone.
food now.
Yeah.
Even though it's so bloody hard to find a good one these days.
I
But
know, yeah.
when would you say that you noticed that big shift in it's not just about physical anymore?
I think that was having kids. I think that I had my first son in 2016, and just going for a walk with the pram in the morning, I noticed my mental health and my state throughout the day would be a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And then it probably took me a while to get him into the creche at the gym because he was my firstborn. I
still think that's amazing that you do that, because I've never been game.
I know it took a lot. So I honestly think he was maybe 2 before I stepped into a public gym again. But I was doing workouts at home. But that first creche visit, dropping him, doing a workout with friends, and then coming back to him, and he was fine and I was fine.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so much more than physical or what I look like.
Yeah.
This is like setting up my day and his day.
Yeah. And you could have done anything in that workout. It wouldn't have mattered.
No, it doesn't matter.
It was,
Yeah. But I would come back a different mum and a different person after that workout.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about exercise.
So would you say that sort of forms, like, do you have non-negotiables? Like, you're busy, you've got the business, you're a mum, you've got a family, you know, you've got all of this going on. Like, what are your non-negotiables to do in your day-to-day? So daily non-negotiables.
A daily non-negotiable is starting my day in silence. I try to get up before both of my kids. It's getting increasingly difficult. They love coming down with me I create like a little meditation. I've got my hot coffee. I've got an incense burning and just calm music. And I just need to sit in that for like even 10 minutes is enough. But they'll kind of creep down the stairs, but they know to like, if you're down here, you're sitting in the quiet.
I love that they know.
They
That
know.
is so cool.
And one gets out a little journal because I have my journal there too, and he'll get his out. One does it more than the other. So a non-negotiable is silence and stillness. And then the other one is the walk. I have to get outside in the sun or the rain. And I'm really lucky to live on the back. We back onto a reserve, so I can go hiking every day.
Wow.
Which is really nice. And even if it's just 20 minutes, it like ticks so many boxes. I've heard that bird song can like calm your nervous system. So you get the nature, you get movement,
like headphone
you
free,
get headphone
just you.
free. Yeah, just me and my dog. Makes it a little less calm, but
Yeah.
she needs to be there too. So non-negotiables would be the silence and the walks. And then if I can get a workout in, I try to do a certain amount a week. But those would be the two that I notice the biggest difference if I don't have those in my day.
Sorry, I'm distracted by this tan. You are glowing.
Babe, Bella Bronze.
Honestly, thank God, because we've all witnessed your orange era.
We don't speak about her anymore.
Well, what'd you do?
Bella Bronze have opened a new salon right near me in Gordon Park. Honestly, the colour is amazing. I get so many compliments.
Dangerous info, because now I want in.
Already handled, babe. I've booked you into the Morningside salon Friday.
Perfect. We love efficient friends.
They've also got all the tanning products online too, including the face tan mist and the gradual tan.
Head to bellabronzetan.com.au and use code THRIVE10 and you can try it for yourself. Okay, and now let's talk about the spirit. This is the stuff that I like.
Yeah.
We like the woo-woo.
The woo-woo,
so hopefully everyone listening does as well. When
Yeah.
did you find that really started like creeping into your everyday life? And
Yeah,
yeah,
I love
let's
that.
talk about
Thanks
that
for letting
first.
me embrace the woo-woo.
No, embrace
We
it.
love
Bring
the
the
woo-woo.
woo-woo.
Bring it in, bring it in.
All right, the woo-woo happened in 2019. We lost a baby girl in between the two boys through miscarriage. And I remember, you know, for anyone who's been through loss, that was a traumatic time. And I remember the last appointment with the obstetrician, and she was like, well, you know, everything after the surgery, after everything, she was like, we'll just come back when you're pregnant again. Like, I'll see you then type thing. And then you're kind of sent out into the world. And I was like, there's no answers. Like, she had told me that the baby was healthy, I was healthy, Tom, my husband's healthy. Like, these things just happen.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? So that's when I kind of went down the path of, I think the first woo-woo thing, not that it's woo-woo, Eastern medicine was acupuncture. And I remember going to a really nice guy, and he sat in that like grief with me, helped connect with, I don't think I've ever sat in silence before that had happened.
Wow.
So I met him. I think I just got more tools in my tool belt. I got an acupuncturist. I saw a kinesiologist. I went and saw a Reiki practitioner. I learned how to meditate. I think a lot of growth happened in that awful space of a year. Then COVID happened. So you were kind of forced to retreat. So I think life experiences brought the woo-woo out. Yeah.
And like, how do you prioritize that? Because say someone who's just coming into this phase of life, maybe they're just starting to have kids and they're at that like pivotal turning point where everything is about to get real chaotic. Just FYI, if that's where you are.
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. We're with you.
Yeah.
How important to you is that the mind and spirit in comparison to the physical? Do they sit there equally or?
Oh, yeah, that's hard. I mean, mind, body, spirit, you want all of them, right?
Yeah.
But that spirit part, that like connecting with yourself part, I think is so important, especially in that phase of life where really you're not just giving birth to a baby, you're like birthing another version of yourself. And so, yeah, I feel like you need to find some space that's away from the rest of the world where you can kind of retreat to and, be in touch with that stillness and silence.
So I think that's the other thing as well. So many women, either whether or not they're conscious of it or not, I think at some point after having a baby feel like they've lost themselves.
Yeah.
And I think just taking that moment, just finding that 10 minutes, even if it's just with a journal or whatever it is a day, I think just allows you just to keep that little piece of you there. So whenever you're ready, whenever you've got the time to bring it back out, you still know who it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes you wake up and you're like, well, I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that I've been sort of working through myself, and I'm about to have a 1-year-old.
Yeah. And I feel like just listening to you talk now, like hearing old Sam that would lose her mind over 30 grams of avocado going missing versus, you've got your non-negotiable meditation in the morning.
Yeah.
The kids are creeping down the stairs and, they've interrupted that, but you're so calm about that. Do you know what I mean? So it's like that's a massive shift in you're not then going, oh my God, the meditation's ruined.
Yes.
The kids have come down, they've interrupted. You know what I mean? Like you've got obviously such a different perspective now, like being able to embrace the kids coming down the stairs and interrupting and then they have obviously taken on that sort of side of you, I guess, where they come down and get their journals and, they do that sort of stuff. So like, how do you feel like, how do people get that shift? Like how do people go from, I guess like you could say it was highly strung or wound up or reactive and thinking the world's ended because, this has happened to I'm going to embrace this. And
I think I still have absolutely moments of being reactive, and anyone who has small
kids,
children knows that. I read once Oprah had said if you have small children, that is your spiritual practice. Like for the rest of your life, that's your spiritual practice because the self-restraint and surrendering to calm is challenging when there's sort of a hurricane in front of you and your challenge is to not enter that, but to observe it. And that's a skill I am still working on. Yeah. But I think that being less reactive, starting the day in that calm, I can still feel that, like even now if I think about this mornings, it's like you take that through your day into certain moments. So I think it's like a muscle, right? The more you practice using it, the more it just shows up. Yeah. So I think it's practice. But I mean, how hypocritical, my husband will watch this and be like, guys, she still has her moments because everyone does. No one's perfect.
No, but you can just even tell just how calm you are. Like I can feel how you have calmed, like we're batch recording today. We've just done an episode, Jazz and I interrupting each other along the way.
Literally.
We're chaotic. And I can even tell the way that we're conversing with you, even the way you're talking, Jazz. Sam's energy has calmed us down so much.
I'm in my head planning a sleepover. I'm like getting my journal.
You come down the stairs with my kids.
Literally. I'm like, I need to be in this household. Like, how do I become a part of this household?
I do. I'm pretty strict on the house. Friends will say really, really nice things about my house. Like, it's always softly lit. Yes. There's always like something like an incense or a candle is burning and there's low instrumental music, like quiet, because you can feel it, like you can feel the environment you're in.
Yes.
So even the kids, if they're really amped up, I don't want to take that away from them, but they know that that's like out on the trampoline or out in the pool or out playing soccer, basketball. There is ample space for them to go do that.
Yeah.
But the home is like just the sanctuary.
And talking about friends as well, something that I so admire about you is because I see it on Instagram, obviously, and we talk about, what do we got on this weekend in our PT sessions, but your friend group, you just seem to have the most amazing group of women around you. But what I love as well is it's not just one person that has to show up. There's a whole group of you collectively that have to show up for each other, and you're always busy. You've always got these amazing things going on. You've always got such an amazing pack of women with you. How do you do that?
I think they're such a gift in my life. There's probably a group of 9 of us that just really make the effort to spend time together. And the other thing that I think we do really well is that we're not scared to talk about the really hard things. We're really honest with each other. And so we'll have like a weekend away and we might do like some wineries and fun, and then we'll go back and do oracle cards and everyone will be crying. Like,
Yeah.
we get the high highs, the low lows, and everything in between. The other thing about friendships in your 30s, 40s, I imagine, and beyond, your life experiences and the depth of what you're going through. I mean, where would you be without your girlfriends?
Yeah.
Like, you need them. Life comes at you pretty fast.
Yeah.
And I truly feel like they're like soulmates. They get you through those times.
Yes. And that is something that we've briefly covered on the pod in the past about how important it is to have at least that one person that you know you can go to. And I feel like that's even with my friends lately. We had a friend the other day saying, "Oh, I don't know if I can come. It's been a hard week." And then we probed and we asked questions, and she's like, we could tell like, okay, there's some hard stuff going on. And then I sent her a message being like, "Hey, just so you know, if you need anything, if you need someone to yell at, cry to, whatever, this is what I've been going through as well." And it was like, I should have told her that I've been going through stuff as well, because she needs me as much as I need her. And I'm not, it's not a unique situation. It's not a, you've got this awful life, what are you doing? It's just, we're adults and this is a really crazy time of our life and we need each other. You can't rely on your partner. You need to have someone else.
Yeah. And I think men and women cope, not to generalize, but you know, I do find that my husband and I cope differently and have different outlets and different ways to regulate our own bodies and emotions. And yeah, those women mean everything to me.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
And I guess with those friendships too, like you're speaking a lot about weekends away and prioritizing time. And like I know we definitely have a lot of, not a lot, but of new mum friends, and they're sort of in that, like Neets was saying, when they lose themselves or they feel like they've lost themselves or they're wanting their old self back. And something I hear from my friends that particularly when they're a new mum is, well, that sort of stuff is over for them now. Like, well, how am I meant to go for a weekend away? Like I've got kids, or, how am I meant to go out for coffee, or, I can't do the things I used to do. So how did you sort of keep that going for you? Like, you have kids, you're busy, you've got a business, but you can still get away for a girls' weekend. Like that's so great. And I love that you prioritize that. So like how can people do that?
Well, I think that it took me having my second to get to that place. Like with my first, I wasn't doing that sort of thing. Life looked different. My sister and I had our babies at the same time, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and they thought it was what's the breastfeeding one? Mastitis.
Yeah.
And it was that. And a lot of things like that were happening in the background of my first son. So that those weekends didn't happen. And I really lost myself probably for the first 2 years of motherhood. Like that was not I loved being a mum and I never had trouble connecting with him, but I wouldn't have been going away for girls' weekends. And I would have seen posts like mine being like, how on earth is she doing that? I can't do that. I couldn't mentally, physically. And then with the second, I think I was more confident, and you don't want to lose that part of yourself. So you rely on, we're all really lucky to have husbands that are supportive and helpful. And the ones who might not have that support have sisters, mums, the village that comes in to help with the kids so that they can get away and refill their own cups.
I feel like we almost I think we've said this before, but we need the episode on how to get this right. There would be people out there that don't have this. They don't have the village. They don't have the friendship group. And it's like, how do we get that? Because it's never too late. Just because you don't have it today and you're 33 and 35 and whatever and you've got kids, you can still get it. So we need to unpack that.
But how women could find it, because I hear you, I think that friendship group I have really came from, we all had babies in 2020 around the same time. Mm-hmm. So that friendship really blossomed then. How you could find your own network of friends or mums if you're struggling is mothers groups or the toddler sensory rhyme time, those kind of things. Yep. I remember with Paddy, my first son, opening up to this lady that I'd met maybe twice and unloading everything on her because I was like, you don't know my sister, you don't know you know nothing of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So here, take it all. And she was the same, telling me all about her husband and how she needed more support. And we both commented like, you're pretty much a stranger and I've just unloaded everything on
And you feel great. And
because you're in such a vulnerable state anyway, like honestly.
Yeah.
It's hard enough getting there. When you get there, you're like, friend, shall we speak?
And it probably does something for both of you, right?
Oh,
because
for
it's
sure.
like,
you
know, you're getting that off your chest, but that person probably left that conversation going, thank God it's not
I'm
just
not
me.
alone.
Like,
Yes. And same with the gym creche. Go to a gym.
Yes.
Find a kids club.
Yep.
And the same mums will or dads will start dropping their children off at the same time.
And they get to
and
know
you
each
do
other.
just start to get to know each other.
Yeah.
And like at the gym that I'm at now, you watch mums. There's a cafe right next to the kids club, so they'll put off going back to the kids. They'll do their workout, go for coffee together, and then get their kids together.
Oh, that's such a great
and
idea.
they've only just met through a workout.
Yeah.
Like, there are ways, but it is hard in those early.
And then I
days
think the other
months.
thing as well is for mums or, you know, parents in particular, you're going to miss your kid and it's going to be really hard even just having a night away from them. But I think missing your child makes you a better parent.
Yeah.
Like you need
Also show them that you have friends and you
Yeah.
have like how wonderful
And that-
life is
and that prioritizing you is important.
yeah,
So they
that's
can
right.
see that you want to take care of
Self-care is
yourself.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess like to wrap that up, if someone, like if people out there listening to this are feeling very disconnected, if they're feeling not themselves, like obviously that's some great advice, like go to the mothers groups, you know, all those sorts of things. But what is something that they can do? You know, what else can they do?
Or start doing
sort of-
today.
yeah,
Just what's
start
one thing
doing
that someone could
today.
do today?
If they're feeling disconnected.
Yeah. Or even to give themselves the confidence to go to that mums group and not just sit there silently in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that one thing anyone could do for themselves today to feel better is to sit in that stillness, which I get in the busyness of life, and you've always got a job. You could always scroll. To sit just in quiet will change your state. You'll be surprised what comes up. I think that everyone could use 10 minutes of a bit of shush in their day.
Yeah, I love that. A bit of shush.
A bit of shush.
Just-
Gift yourself
Yeah.
the gift of shush.
That's so true.
Yeah. And I think too, like people think that they don't have time. People's
Yeah.
initial, and it's because of the state they're in, right?
Yeah.
They're in that state of, I don't have time to sit there for 10 minutes and be quiet and, you know, all that. Like as soon as I wake up, my house is chaos. Make the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, because you'll get that time back 10 times in that day.
I just have to say though, you have said this on a couple of episodes now, like just make time. And I'm like,
I
for
am
the
that
mum
person.
sitting here, I'm like,
I'm that person though.
I sort of want to strangle you a little
Make the
bit when
time.
you say that. No, you can make the time. It's
Make
just
the
you
time.
say it like,
Do you know,
you've got time.
no,
And I'm like, doll, settle down.
not going off on a tangent, but this is a really quick story, and I'm so inspired by this woman in my gym. You will love this as well, Sam, I feel. But she was at a point where she has 3 kids, and she was sort of going, well, I can't go to the gym anymore. My husband is a tradie.
Yeah,
She can't do afternoons because they've got other things that, you know, other commitments or whatever. So she was thinking, what am I going to do? Like, I've got to leave this gym that I love because maybe do I need a 24/7 gym? Do I have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Like, that was her situation, and her husband have worked out. So she wakes up in the morning, she comes to the gym. God bless this man, pulls up in her car. He's got the 3 kids ready. She's driven his car. He's like a tradie. She's driven his car to the gym. He pulls up next to her as the class is finishing at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. in her car. They swap cars. She goes about her day. He goes about his day. Like,
love that.
That is so, I mean, no one would think to do that. Do you know what I mean? That would seem so hard. But he loves that because that's his time then with those kids. And she gets to do her gym session. She's still doing the drop off for the kids. Like, that's not going to work for everybody, but that's an example of like,
where there's a will, there's a
that's
way.
so inspiring.
Yeah.
Make time.
Yeah.
No, and that is something that I love about you as well, Sam, because you always say it does come by yourself, bring a friend if you need to, come with your kids. It doesn't matter if
PT.
every week, if every week is different, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do what works for you just to
Do
get your
what
time
works for
in.
you, for sure. And with the stillness part, I had read like everyone should meditate for 10 minutes a day. And if you don't have time, you should meditate for 20 minutes a day.
Yes, that's so true.
Like,
Yeah.
if you everyone can benefit.
That definitely backs up my make time.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm a jazzy side
Thank
too.
you.
It's the
But
way
I
that-
understand logistics. I get
Yes.
it.
No, do you know?
but
Do you know what I
just
think
to
it is as
Soften
well?
the way that it's delivered.
It's hard because I say it that way. I say it very blunt and very make time. I also don't have kids.
Yeah,
So
that's what
it's
I mean.
very poorly received a lot of the time from a lot of
Yes.
people because they're like, you don't know, you don't have kids. And there's an element of truth to that. I could have kids and go,
There's
and
100%
I'm trained in
truth to
6 months. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that I would, do all these things if I had kids, but I guess I come from the space of seeing people do it every day.
You
I
would see a
see
lot
that
of mums
all
in
day,
yours.
every
Yeah.
day. I
Yeah.
see so many mums in and out of our gyms, and every single one of them has a different circumstance.
Yeah.
Single mums, full-time working mums, stay-at-home mums.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
see, what I love about Sam talking about the stillness and just almost focusing on the mind and spirit a little bit first, I think is important
Yes,
because
yeah.
sometimes waking up and going to the gym, particularly as a mum, isn't always on the cards because you haven't slept
Yeah.
and mentally you're not there yet. So I think having that, the mind and spirit aspect of it
Yeah.
is so important. And that's also what I love as well with you, Sam, is like I 3 years probably I've been going to see you.
Yeah.
I can say hand on heart, I've never stuck to anything for that long, ever.
Aw, thanks.
Maybe
I love having you
my
there.
relationship, and that's literally that would be it.
Me and
But-
your husband love that.
Yeah. The reason why I turn up every week, it's not just about the physical workout. That part, honestly, it usually sucks. I wake up feeling sore the next day, and that's not the funnest part.
Yeah.
It's being able to go there and knowing that, yeah, it's going to be really hard, but I get to talk to Sam. We can talk about whatever's on our mind that day, and I leave feeling great.
I love that.
And there's so many days where you wake up and you're like, nah, I don't feel like it, but just having you there.
Yeah.
But see, this is the other thing that I really want to know, and I think
Okay.
about it all the time, is for you, your sessions, you focus on us and you make us feel great, and we unload all of our heavy shit onto you, and you take it in such a positive way, no matter what the day is. I know you're a woman, you've got a cycle,
Yeah.
but you've also got your own challenges in life. Honestly, how do you show up for us
And be
every
that
week
person.
and be that person?
Yeah.
You've got your own things going on.
Yeah.
That truly does blow my mind, but that's genuinely something I've always wondered how you can do that.
Thank you. I'm glad that you can feel that, because before everyone's session, before anyone walks in, before I open that door, I'll say a little quick prayer of like, can Anita have a really good session today? Can she leave feeling happy, healthier, and lighter in her body? And so if I can set that and then you walk in, that's what's on my mind.
Yeah.
And it is hard when there's, tragedy in your own life, or, everyone has grief and things that are happening in the background.
Yeah.
But I always bring the awareness to who's in front of me. And if I catch myself, say you're doing some squats or something, if I catch my mind wandering, the prayer that I'll then quickly say is, thank you for the gift of Anita. And I'll just brings presence back into, this is who's in front of me. She's here for this. And I think it just keeps my mind way more present, so that anything that is going on in the background, because there's always something, that's not in your session.
Yeah.
And that's not what you're there for either, for me to have a cry or a breakdown.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that intention and prayer is something that I use in
I love that. That is
PT.
that's a special gift to have. Do you know what I
100%,
mean?
yeah.
Like that's amazing.
Especially when a client could walk in and without you knowing say something that could then trigger what you're going through in that moment, and you having to keep it. Okay, another one to follow on from that though. What about when you've shared some really big moments in your life on Instagram? How do you go sharing that and then knowing that, say, like you put something up recently and I interacted with that on Instagram. How do you feel about then knowing that client's going to show up? And is that going to come up? Do I have to talk about it? Because for me, I'm like, I will not mention that to Sam unless she wants to talk about it.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. So recently I shared a post about sexual assault. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yes. And before writing that, I thought about clients. I thought about parents at my son's school, teachers at my son's schools. And that made me really nervous. But then again, intention, I just thought statistically, there's going to be women reading this who have gone through sexual assault. And the point of my post was that after that happened, I went and saw my acupuncturist because I couldn't stop shaking. I couldn't eat. I just was a mess. She helped me regulate and calm and all of those things. And she said to me, would you like me to report him? I can do that so you don't have to be involved. And I was like, no, for personal reasons, I don't want any of that energy attached anywhere near me. Like, you don't need to report. And then she said, do you know that you can report to Queensland Police anonymously? And I was like, I did not know that. And so I thought there's going to be someone out there that's gone through this that hasn't gone to this angel of a lady that I have who told me that information. And what is the point of having all these followers if I can't share information that I know is going to change someone else's world? Like, to say, you can report this anonymously. You don't have to tell anyone if you don't want to, but it'll help you heal by writing it all out, getting it out of your system, away from you. So sharing that, yes, is very vulnerable, and I do get nervous about clients, parents, the real world. But the benefits of sharing outweigh I feel like that would all be about my ego and worrying about what people care or think.
Yeah.
I'd way rather about someone who's at home who can't leave their house because they feel so yucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's help her and let's not worry about what people think about me.
Yeah.
So, but maybe that's maturity and age, and I don't know.
I
Maybe
feel
I
like it's
wouldn't.
definitely your spiritual side. Like, I feel like
I've
you've done a
helping
lot of
someone.
work on yourself
Yeah.
to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And what do you think you would say if you could go back to 2010 Sam, or, you know, Sam about to undertake this massive,
To leave teaching and
Yep.
jump into this.
what do you think you would say to her?
Oh, I think I
today?
would just say to her, I'm really proud. Like, I never doubted that leap of faith. Like, leaving teaching, I just knew. I was like, even if it doesn't go the way I picture, I know that this is the right decision. So I'd probably just go back and be like, I'm really proud of you. You just keep following that, like, whisper. And your body will whisper at you and then it'll scream at you. Like, so I'm really proud that she did all of that.
And do you think if you went back and reflected on that version of yourself, that you're where you thought you would be? Because I feel like when we talk about where you've come from and where you are now, it just feels like you have just constantly evolved in every way through that whole time.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I think at the beginning when I pictured my business, I was running boot camps several times a week, like 30, 35 women were in each group. Whereas now I deliberately like one-on-one sessions because it's not in a commercial gym. I have a beautiful studio at home. Women are safe, comfortable, and they open up. And
100%.
that's the part of my job that I feel like I was born to do. That part of connecting with someone. I don't think that Sam in 2010 would have even grasped what that meant. I was like bouncing around in front of so many more women then, whereas now I'm connecting one-on-one.
Yeah. There's something so special about one-on-one.
They're the
Like,
best.
in that space. And especially having, like, you having the private home studio and everything like that. Like, that's such a safe space for people to come into. Like, I feel like you would attract that sort of clientele so easily. Do you know what I mean? Like, if maybe they're listening to this episode or they're following you on Instagram, or once they know that that is the energy that they're walking into, why wouldn't they? Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think that is so much less scary to someone walking into a commercial gym and the guy on the front desk is 20 and he's massive and covered in tattoos. Not that there's anything wrong with that. He's probably really good looking, probably a really good, really nice fella.
Great PT.
But great PT. But there's certain people, like, they can't do that.
Different.
Do you know what I mean? It's not, they're not going to enjoy it. They're not going to feel what they feel. They're not going to open up. They're going to have a very different experience.
Do you think the way that you train clients has organically changed Yeah, because
100%.
everything that we do is so intentional, and you're so conscious of where I am at my life and where I'm probably headed.
Yeah.
And you can cater to all of that, which is what I love.
Yeah. Sometimes I think back to those clients in like 2014 and I think, oh my gosh, the way I trained them is just so different to now. But I don't look back. I wouldn't change any of that because that's where I was at. That's where those clients were at. But yeah, now it's so much more mindful connection and functional training. Like you're picking up your baby, so I need to make sure I'm taking care of the right muscles there. And yeah, just more intentional, I think.
Yeah.
Rather than flogging. Go, calories burn.
Go. Vom on the way out. Vom on your front lawn.
Yeah, are you
Love
feeling
that for
sick?
you.
Great, I've done my job. Whereas now I'm like, she came in feeling like this. Did she leave feeling lighter, happier, brighter? Then I did my job.
Yeah.
It's the best job.
Oh, I love it. Honestly, it's one of my favorite parts of my week.
Honestly,
Jazzy's like, I'm going to sign up. Stuff the gym.
I'm signing up to PT. I'm moving in. I'm having a sleepover.
We'll burn incense in the background while you're working out.
I feel like I've just almost had my 10 minutes of shush.
Yes. Yeah, you definitely have.
I feel better. I'm hand on heart. I feel better after that chat.
It's
like I actually feel amazing after that chat.
Yeah,
and I feel like we could talk forever, but we can't.
Yes.
So if people were interested in finding you, Sam, I know that you can be a hot commodity, but how would they connect with you?
I've got an Instagram page. It's at @the_healthy_me.
Yay.
And send a DM or have a little poke around.
I'll put a little link in the show notes so they can just click on it.
And PSA, she responds to her DMs. That's how I found Sam.
Yeah.
We all know you love a response to a DM.
Yeah.
How many DMs are you flying out?
No, we did an episode before on Anita, like
contacting a business coach who read
business people
liked,
and not
and then
lying.
Left it. Yeah. No, anyway. I'm not going to leave you on red.
Yeah.
Send me a DM.
Yeah, send her a DM.
It's a safe space.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, and what you guys are building is so beautiful.
Oh,
and
thank you.
how fun to get to connect with women like in the same phase of life with
so
all different experiences.
Yeah.
So thank you.
No, and thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Our first guest. We're so excited.
Yay. Yeah. How good.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much, Sam.
Thank you.